Hey, good evening and happy Monday. Today's show is going to be about forgiveness and the types of ways that we can ask for forgiveness without actually having to deal with people. So, I was communing with Spirit yesterday, and in the process of communing with Spirit, I was given a few things to. Um, I was given a few things to think about. So I want to read this to you guys because it is very interesting. It says, I often talk to spirit, but for some odd reason or another, because I've been dealing with spirit for so long, it almost feels like it's an angelic presence that's around me lately that gives me the ability to understand and try to have a much more compassion. So I was up last night until 3 in the morning, and I just kept hearing things. And this is what I came to. What Spirit said. Forgiveness is not just a word; it is an emotion that we carry. Sometimes it can make us feel that we are not favored by God because we carry resentment, anger, frustration. But God does not care about those things. God's spirits and guides only want you to be happy and fulfilled with love and light. But the balance has to come from you. You are the key to survival, emotionally, physically, and psychologically. We forget that we forget that the words keep shifting, and the world is also shifting, and people are also shifting. And sometimes and we forget that sometimes everything ends and dies, even words, because that is what has to happen. That is the cycle of life. The way of life's order is by letting go, it sets you free. And at times we find comfort in solitude, but only when you have to let go of your own demons. But procrastination can become a part of being afraid to forgive truly. But it is okay because that is what the mind is programmed to do. So if you feel like you're not ready, then don't do it because your mind is not ready. The mind is, some of us want to move forward in life and or love unless you unbind yourself from what you were programmed to talk about, which my generation, we were programmed not to talk about things. You will never be able to find love you desire because you truly inside, you're not going to open the doors to let people in because you're too stuck on I'm not forgiving. Now, I want to start this off with there's a lot of things. There's a lot of us in life, just in life, period. We've gone through a lot of things. I'm sure that our generation, I'm talking about generation of 40s and the generation of 50s, even the generation of mid 50s and 60s, early 60s. We've gone through many things. We came from a time where some of our uncles were pedophiles, and friends of families were pedophiles, where you were told to call, mothers had husbands that you had to call them uncles. And it was like a crazy time, but there was always something behind these things. Sometimes it was something dark that was lurking. So it kind of messed us up. And when we would say something was wrong, it was like, you're lying. So I understand if there are people out there, because I can say from my personal experience that I've actually gone through that before, where I'm not a really forgiving person. I don't believe that I don't find myself as being God or Christ. So I don't have the power to forgive. I have the power to forgive me for holding on to things that torment me. It's not about letting go of them and asking God to forgive them. No, ask God to forgive you for holding the pain, because it's kind of silly how the world is always asking for forgiveness And okay, so you went to church and you became reborn again because you were a whore, and then you go to church to ask for forgiveness because you were a whore. Okay, I don't understand that. The concept of going to a church and confessing your sins to a human being, that doesn't make sense to me. Never did. Sitting down with your pastor and telling your pastor all your business, if you can't sit home with the people that you love and talk about things that are wrong with you, then why are you going outside? Okay, one of the things that that I'm also one of the points of forgiveness. I believe that there are many ways to forgive people, okay, or forgive yourself. You know, my thing was never talking to people about things when I let go. I always believed in writing letters, you know, and always end it with this letter, I set you free as well as myself. That was a way of forgiveness. A way of forgiveness is walking away and never looking back, and forgiving yourself for spending time wasted. Another way of forgiveness is understanding that sometimes the traumas that happen in your life kind of becomes a downward spiral for people that are like your children, because 9 out of 10, if you were a woman and you were raised in that era where the men were more important than women, then you grow up and you have a child and you have a boy and you have a girl, you're going to favor your boy more than you favor your girl, because that is what you learned. Our generation, some people were raised by their grandmothers. So when grandma was no longer there and you had to inch your way up to your mom, you weren't comfortable. You know, you carried this, I can't believe you dumped me here and you just left me here, but then things go good and then all of a sudden mom wants to be mom again. It really doesn't work that way, because look, I believe that children have a way of forgiving certain things, but there's always going to be a resentment. The resentment sometimes stays with you. And unfortunately, you know, it's a battle. And it's not a battle between the devil and God. It's a battle between you and your mind, because your mind is your mind. You can control your mind. You know, some people go through life wondering, am I ever going to be happy? 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 But then they don't realize you got to first analyze yourself. What kind of a person are you? Are you a controlling person? Do you expect certain things? Do you want certain things? And what are you willing to sacrifice? Because in everything in life, there's a sacrifice. So what are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to lose everything just for love? That's the question. And like someone like me who's lived alone for a major part of my life, I would not want to compromise. I'm sorry, but I don't believe in compromises like that. I like my solitude. I like my peace. I like to be able to come and go. And although, you know, people want things, I am happy with myself. And that's the key. Be happy with yourself. I mean, God doesn't want you to constantly feel like you're blaspheming because of, oh, you're doing this and you're doing that. And you know what? God is going to punish me. God is not going to punish you. We've been programmed and hogwashed to believe that God is this omnipresence that steps on you and he wants to destroy you and that he's going to send you to hell. Well, guess what? You know, and they say, how would you know if there's no heaven or hell if have you ever met someone that has died? Yes, I have. I speak to the dead all the time. So at the end of the day, there's some mediums that say, oh, your family members are always with you. They're not. Sometimes they say, well, you know, on the other side is just like this side. Yeah, because it's another door. It's another dimension. The Bible it states it clearly. We never die. Our spirit never dies. I believe that a lot of people in this world come back. Because in scriptures it says that God knew you before you were even created. So since it says that, you have to understand that the teachings of Christ were the teachings of Buddha. The teachings of Buddha was teachings of someone higher. The teachings of the pharaohs were teachings of something bigger than ourselves. So at the end of the day, there are a lot of things that are happening and people don't really understand it. Now, if people want to grab knowledge, and I think I said this, but if you don't know it, if you want to know about the Bible, the true Bible, then go to Ethiopia and look at the real Bible, because the real Bible is in Ethiopia, and Vatican's been trying to get it for the longest time, but they're not going to give it up, because they have the books that were taken out, and they have it in Aramaic, and they have it in Greek. And basically it talks about spirituality. It talks about that you're a God within yourself. So, I mean, we walk around with our foot up our asses, our own foot, nobody else's foot, our own foot up our asses, believing that if we don't do the right thing or say the right thing, that God is going to punish us. So we're always walking on the precipice of always asking for forgiveness. But for what? For what? Forgiveness doesn't mean anything when it comes out of your mouth. Forgiveness is truly believing in your heart of hearts that you have forgiven someone wholeheartedly. You gave your heart, and you put your mind and your heart through the test, the ultimate test. You were willing to let go of everything just so that you can make things better, or you can change the outcome. And so that things can move in the direction they have to move. Sometimes we have to let go of things in order to be happy. Sometimes we have to understand that you have to be cruel to be kind. You don't always have to go to a person and say, you know what, I apologize. I forgive you for what you've done. No, it doesn't work that way, because if you take something that belongs to me and I believed in you, and you do something wrong, that's between you and God. It has nothing to do with me. I'm not going to forgive you because I'm not Christ. I'm not going to forgive you. I am going to not think about you. I'm not going to send you love and light. I'm going to send you nothing, because I'm not going to think of you in a good way or in a bad way. I'm just going to see you as if you're transparent. You don't exist, you're gone, and then you move on. And that's the way that I believe a lot of people that are having an awakening, a spiritual awakening, are starting to feel, because they're starting to get angry about their past. And then they realize, oh my God, all these years I spent holding this stuff in, and I haven't been able to let it go. But, forgiveness is not about forgiving the other person. It's about forgiving yourself. And I want you guys to really know that, because if you are a mother and you're not a good mother, guess what? Not every woman was made to be a mother. The choices you made are your choices. The fact that your children are your children is your responsibility. Do you understand? So you have to let go of all of that drama that occurred. I know it's not difficult. I know it's difficult. I know it's not easy. But I also know that if your mind is not strong enough, you will fall in a hole of depression where you would not know where to come out through. People can forgive each other, but if you forgive someone and they continuously do the same thing over and over and over again, are they really sorry? I don't know. Sometimes it takes the other person to say, I'm tired of forgiving you. I'm done. So that people can wake up and say, you know what? I don't see the trees from the forest, but now I do. So let me get on my game and try to heal what I've damaged. And that's a way of forgiving. You don't have to constantly say, I forgive you, I forgive you, I forgive you. You can easily say, you know what? I'm working on this, and I am going to do my best to always ask you questions and ask what you need first. Because people go through that cycle, people break up, they get back together, and vice versa, and they go through all these drama, and then all of a sudden the man comes back and they're like, oh, lovey-dovey, I'm going to change. But sometimes it's very slim pickings. Sometimes men kind of resort to going back to the way that they believe. And I'm not saying that women don't, but I'm saying that more men have done it for centuries. Women now are empowered to do things, and they do it. They do it because they have the right, and they feel that the same right that a man has, they should have. And I believe that. I believe that an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. I believe that, if you're going to do something to somebody to hurt them, if they want to go out and have fun, you know what? Why not? Nothing is stopping you except your dignity. But if we talk about dignity, then you got to talk about, okay, where is your dignity by allowing yourself to be treated as if you were second class in any way, shape, or form? So I want you to understand that, we're living in a society where the society has always belittled women, and if you really look back and you look at history and African history and in the old days in Ireland and stuff, the women were queens and they were worshipped. And I don't know what happened. Just like Black people were in the House of Representatives in the 1700s, I think, or the 1600s, I'm not sure. And then all of a sudden they became slaves. I don't understand how that happened. So at the end of the day, all I can tell you is stop living your life asking God for forgiveness for everything you did. I'm going to put it bluntly, and I'm very blunt. If you're a woman and you like dick and you had a lot of dick, you had a lot of dick. You enjoyed it. There ain't nothing wrong with that. You are a human being who is a sexual being. That's who you are. If a man does the same thing, he's not asking for forgiveness because it's okay for a man to do that. So, sisters, don't ask for forgiveness. Don't keep asking God and tormenting him with, oh my God, I ate this sausage and I promised you that I wouldn't. Please forgive me. Or, oh, I said I was going to leave this for Lent, and all of a sudden I'm eating it again. Please, God, forgive me. For what? For what? I mean, there are many things that we have to learn to forgive. And one of the things is, and I'm very, very, I have learned that I am not a broken person. For a long time, I thought I was like a broken doll, but I'm not. I just have morals, and my moral compass is not divided. It's actually pointing always in north. And I always believe that when you have a child, that's your responsibility until the day you die. Now, one of the things that I can say is that when people hurt you, it is your choice to decide whether you're going to forgive them and keep moving on. Like I said, the word forgiveness, to me, if you want to say it, the Jews say it all the time. They put dirt on, when something tragic happens, only when something tragic happens, they throw themselves on the floor and they put dirt on them and they ask God, why have you forsaken me? Well, when you were shifting diamonds and you were moving blood diamonds around, and you were doing this and you were doing that, and you were constantly taking over on people and pushing them out of their apartments in New York City, you were doing fine. But the minute you get caught, automatically, God let you down. No, God didn't let you down. You let him down. So at the end of the day, what happens to you is karmic law. For every action, there's an equal or greater reaction. It's not an equal reaction. It's either equal or greater. So before you start doing things out there, instead of asking God to forgive you every day, tell God how grateful you are for the day. Start telling God how happy you are that he exists in your life and that he is a part of what you're about to become, because he's gonna make you greater than you were, and you're gonna come out like a butterfly. So, you have to see that there are a lot of forgiveness, and the mommies out there that have suffered, that are looking for a partner, and they're wondering, I've been alone for 20 years, and well, deep inside yourself, dig deep and analyze what your life was, how your life was as a child. Think about all the drama and the traumas that you've been through, and then ask yourself, why is it that you're alone? Because if you're not willing to make compromise, then obviously you don't know how to love. Okay? And part of that, like I said, is forgiveness, forgiving yourself, not your mother, not your father, forgiving yourself. Why? Because you're the one that's carrying it. Your parents probably died and you're still carrying that pain with you. Why? Write it in a piece of paper, read it, put it out into the universe, burn it, and then let it go. There are many ways for you to allow yourself to go through this journey. And the journey of forgiveness is not a short journey. It's an everyday battle for you forgiving yourself, for criticizing, for judging, for being hypocritical with people, for pushing people aside, for not being one way and then switching up on people because you feel that they don't benefit you, when meanwhile they were the ones that lifted you. So forgive yourself for that. Forgive yourself for the damage you've done to other people. Forgive yourself for the damage you've done to your children. Forgive yourself for the damage you've done to your siblings. Forgive yourself for the pain that you caused either workers or they caused you. Forgive yourself. Let it go, because by you letting yourself go and forgive yourself, you're not holding on to that animosity. So just continue to do the things that you need to do. I know that it is not an easy subject. Forgiveness has never been easy. It's never been easy. But I also know that when people hurt you, we're living in hard times. You have to teach your kids from day one. If someone touches you, if someone hurts you, you tell them. Where before it was like, don't talk about it. Whatever happens here stays here. It was a wrong way of raising children. I'm sorry. And, this whole idea, and it still happens, where mothers nurture their boys more than the girls. That's a foolish concept, a very foolish concept, because some women are much better than men. And some women are the ones that carry the family. So when you get old, then you start thinking, oh, I'm alone. Yeah, you're alone because you created that drama. So, like I said, forgiving is not about forgiving and asking God for forgiveness, because I think God is busy taking care of other things. And I'm sure that he's annoyed to hear your voice every day, forgiving him. If you ask God to forgive you, talk to him once and then let it go. But to keep asking God every single day, forgive me, it's very redundant. If you don't understand that, it really is redundant. It will drive me crazy. And I would have to come out of the sky and say, shut up. So understand that forgiveness, sometimes it's about working things out. Sometimes it's about sitting down with your mate and letting them know that everything that you want, he cannot provide. So you have to let it go. Although you may be happy is not in love. You have to know the difference between being happy, being loving, and being in love. And some people do not know the difference between loving and being in love. Being in love, it's when you close your eyes and you can see the starlights and you can see so many things. And every time you see the person, you get butterflies in your stomach. That to me, it's like love, when you get excited every time you see the person. So I just think that at the end of the day, there are a lot of things that we need to take into consideration. And one of those things is that, you know, if you do the things that you have to do, and if you're a good person and you read scripture, you don't need walls. You don't need to go to a mosque, and you don't have to go to a temple, and you don't have to go to a church, and you don't have to go, bang on a wall in Jerusalem so that you can, let God know that He acknowledges you. God favors you. He favored you among angels, and that's what created wars between angels. But at the end of the day, what makes you think that we're still not at war? But this war is not about us and God. It's about us with us. Well, we'll be going into a commercial now. And
sorry.
hi, and welcome back. Well, well, I feel like I'm on Fox 5 with all these commercials. John, the gentleman John, Angelic Whispers, he's an amazing reader, and he does angel readings, which is very impressive. And for me to tell you it's impressive, because it kind of blew my mind. He knew answers to things that I had gone through and going through, so it was a lot easier to open up and understand it. We are in Alchemy Food Network, which is run by Dr. D, and she is not only an established author, she is also a metaphysical doctor, and she's been working with me doing biofeedback, which is amazing. And if you guys never got it done, it's worth the money. And her number is also on here, and it will be at the end. And Ron's number is there if you want to get read. And of course, I read, so if you want me, then I will gladly read you. Now, I wrote this around I wrote this when I was in my 20s, and I was publishing books because I did publish quite a few. So I want to read this group healing because you know what? This is to heal. This is to heal our soul before I go into the meditation, okay? So I want you to close your eyes for a few minutes, as I read this. This is called the group healing prayer, and it says, "We are gathered together in the presence of God, but there is but one God, one life, one law, one mind, and one Father, our Father. We are all brothers and sisters as we have a common Father. I salute the divinity in each person here this evening. The love of God flows through all of us that are present here and to all people everywhere. I believe and I know that the omnipresence, power, and intelligence of the Infinite One moves through every individual that is logged in and every individual that I send light and love to every single day. And that they are positively, definitely, physically, and mentally healed. I know that divine right action is taking place in every cell, organism, tissue, and function of each person's manifestation as peace, harmony, and health and love. I believe divine guidance is being now experienced by everyone in this congregation that's set up right now on TV and the people that I love. God, the great counselor, leads each of us to ways of pleasantness, and the paths of peace. The word which I speak now shall accomplish what I please and prosper. Whereunto they are sent, I rejoice now and enter into the mood of thankfulness, knowing my prayer of faith is fulfilled. So my prayer of faith today is to make all of you understand that God is not looking for martyrs. God is not looking for people to defend him, because too many born again Christians and too many fanatical Christians believe that they have to stand up for God. God can stand up for himself. Jesus can stand up for himself. Buddha can stand up for himself. People are going to have opinions, and that is what God created. God created. Looking for people to defend him. God created and has given us choice. So therefore, we have the choice to believe or not to believe. So if you're going to do something, then do it right. If you're not going to do it right, don't do it at all. And I believe that, at this moment, this healing prayer is going to heal. Now, I'm going to talk to you. I have another prayer which I'm going to end with after the meditation, because I think that prayer is very important. And to those people who think that I don't believe in God, I do believe in God. I do believe in God. I don't understand Christ, and I tell people that all the time, but I do believe in God, and I believe that God's mission on this planet is he created us for a reason, and he created us in the image that he thought that would be the right image. So therefore, we're walking and we're talking and we're breathing because of his grace. Okay. Now, for all of you that have been following me, today's mantra is going to be Umani Padme Hum. Mani Padme Hum. And what it means is I bow down to my higher self. Well, no, that's Namah Shivaya. But anyway, what is it? The beauty of the lotus, something like that. But at the end of the day, Umani Padme Hum is the chant for Kuan Yin, which is the female Buddha. And I am a devotee of her. And she reminds me of Yemaja, which is the queen of the ocean. And she reminds me of Mother Mercy. She reminds me of the queen, divine queen mother. And she is all things. She is all things. In many countries, she's called different names. So I want you guys, don't close your eyes yet. I want you guys to take a deep breath with your eyes open. Take a deep breath through your nose. And I want you to hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Release slowly. Releasing with light and love. I want you to take another deep breath. I want you to hold it. Hold it. Remember, don't close your eyes. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Now release through your mouth. Light and love. I want you to take a third breath and take it in as deep as you can of all the troubles and the pains and the sadness that you have. Bring it all in as strong as you can, and then hold it. And you hold it and you count to 10. And then when you count to 10 and you release light and love, you close your eyes. It's very important to close your eyes and just sit there. I'm going to walk you through the meditation that I always walk you through, which is the calmness. I had to get up for a minute because I want to get my malas so I can actually start to chant with my malas, because it's very important to me to keep the energy flowing the right way. And if only Buddha would let go, I would be able to. Okay, so I got my malas, and we're going to start. We're going to start with the same way that I start. I want everybody to put themselves in a comfortable position. I want you to relax wherever you are, whether it's in your bed, whether it's in the sofa, whether it's on the floor, whether you are in a lotus position, whether you are, just sitting down, or wherever you are. I just want you to focus on the breath and focus on my voice as I. Okay, so I'm going to do this slow for people. We're going to start off with, remember, keep your eyes closed. Relaxing my toes. Repeat after me inside. Relaxing my toes. Relaxing my feet. Relaxing my ankles. Relaxing my shins. Relaxing my calves. Relaxing my toes. Relaxing my ankles. Relaxing my foot. Relaxing my shins. Relaxing my calves. Relaxing my knees. Relaxing my inner thighs. Relaxing my outer thighs. Relaxing my buttocks. Relaxing my buttocks. Relaxing my inner thighs. Relaxing my outer thighs. Relaxing my buttocks. Relaxing my legs, my shins, my calves, my feet, my ankles, and my toes. Relaxing my stomach. Relaxing my chest. Relaxing my fingertips. Relaxing my fingers. Relaxing my hand. Relaxing my hand. Relaxing my fingers. Remember, relaxing my arms. Relaxing my back. Relaxing my chest. Relaxing my back, my chest, my stomach, my buttocks, my legs, my shins, my calves. Relaxing my ankles, my feet, my toes. Now we're going up, relaxing the neck, relaxing the chest, relaxing the back of the neck, relaxing the eyes. Yes, relaxing the eyes. Relaxing the eyes. Keep your eyes closed, relaxing the eyes. relaxing the head, relaxing the neck, relaxing the mouth, relaxing your eyes, relaxing your nose, relaxing your head, relaxing the back of your neck, and relaxing all parts of you that need peace and love and light. I want you to remember that you are going to be thinking about relaxing your mind, your body, your soul, and your spirit. Relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, the spirit. Relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. As we do this, and you keep repeating it, I want you to keep repeating it. Relaxing the mind, body, soul, and spirit. I will begin my meditation. I'm not going to bang this too hard, but this big here, the big one here, we start, this is where we start off with the Om. And we always go clockwise, not counterclockwise. My first Om, remember, relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, the spirit. That is all you should be repeating in your mind. And if you breathe in, you can either do that, or you can say breathing in negative energy and breathing out light and love for everyone in this universe. So I'm going to start at this moment with my chant of Kuan Yin, which is not just a Kuan Yin, it's actually in Tibet too. So I'm going to begin. Om Namah Shivaya. Oh, sorry. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Remember, relaxing the mind, the spirit, the soul. Okay? Relaxing the mind, the spirit, the body, and the soul. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Take a deep breath, as deep as you can. Breathe in all that negative stuff that surrounds you, the guilt that you have, and now release it with light and love. No more forgiveness. No more looking for some things that you cannot control, because sometimes you can't control things and you have to let them go. You cannot put yourself in the middle of a truck and think that it's going to be resolved. So again, relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. Continue it. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Take a deep breath. Hold it. Hold it. hold it, release it. Light and love into the universe, into yourself. Umani Padme Hum, 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 Umani Padme Hum. If your mind wanders, let it wander. But when you have an opportunity to bring it back to the center, bring it back to the center. There is no wrong way and there is no right way. There is no please forgive me, because there's nothing about forgiveness in this. We all are born, not taught. So when we are taught is where we learn our manners and where our place is. Again, take a deep breath, hold it, make sure your body, mind, spirit is in unison, and your soul. So at the end of the day, that's what you breathe in and that's what you breathe out. Okay. Omani Padme Hum, Omani Padme Hum, Omani Padme Hum, Omani Padme Hum, Umani 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 Padme Hum. Take a deep breath, as deep as you can, and I want you to hold it, hold it, hold it. Now release with love and light, not just for you, but also for the universe. Remember that redemption and forgiveness are two different things. And the only hell that we should know is the hell that we're living in now. So learn that what the book tells you is just a form of keeping you there. It may make you feel good, but I'd rather give my tidings to somebody that needs it more than the church. The church has enough money. So we begin again. Take a deep breath and then release it. Umani Padme Hum, 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 Umani Padme Hum. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in all the negative energy that is around you, that is around us, and you continue to relax your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit. It is very important that you do that, because you want to capture the idea that every time you breathe in, you're breathing in all the toxic energy that it is around you. And sometimes, guys, if you need to put a glass of water next to you, you can chant and let whatever negativity is bothering you and drink the water afterwards. Enlightened people do that. So I'm just letting you know that there's a lot of great things that are happening with you guys. And I can see the seed is there and the seed is planted. The seed wants change. I think you're an amazing audience. So before we go to commercial again, which will be shortly, I want to read this to you, because this is something that I wrote years ago before the law of attraction. But I want you guys to repeat this as I say it, I want you to repeat it so that you can understand it and you can hold it inside of you. Lord, I am a creation of your image. I am a vessel of your divine power. I am a messenger of your divine word. And when I ask you for divine order, you are there and everything falls in order. And when I ask you for divine justice, justice is served. Through your infinite power of love, I have become a magnet of your undying, everlasting energy. I am a magnet created by your divine order. I am a magnet for love. I am a magnet for money. I am a magnet for knowledge. I am a magnet for health. I am a magnet for helping others. I am a magnet for the bettering of the human race. But most of all, I am a magnet created by you. Source. The source, all this stuff was written before, a long time ago. Never got it published, but I will soon. I want you to understand that you guys have done an amazing job. I hope that I was able to help you. You know, don't carry dirty secrets, because whatever happened when you were young and whatever happened in grandma's house or uncle's house or whatever, if you did not deal with it, let it go. And it's not that difficult to let go. It's very easy to let go. But, you know, you have to understand that sometimes people are a little intimidated and sometimes people are a little scared. You can't do that. So, this coffee is actually very good. I hope that I have been extremely helpful to you guys today. The same way that I'm trying to teach you, I am learning myself day by day. And yes, I am a meditation teacher, and I have been for a very long time. And I am a life coach, and I am an intuitive life coach. So, and I am also an ordained priest and a few other things. So, you know, it's always good to know more than one craft. So with this, I say, I send you all love and light, and I will bump into you again soon. I'm trying to think about, like, you know, what to say, but the reality is that I look forward to you guys on Mondays. I look forward to speaking truth. I was given this particular subject to talk about, and I love that. So please feel free. It doesn't matter what subject you want to talk about. I want you to know. Hi, Sadia. Tell your mommy I said, no problem. I want you guys to really dig deep inside and ask. You're welcome, Coralis. I would like you guys to think about what subjects you would like for me to talk about. Eddie L. Question. What's going on with so acting evil? Women are acting evil? You know what? It's funny because you guys, like I said, you guys have this thing where you guys are saying what's going on, the women are evil, but you guys have been playing evil for a long time. Let's be real. Women are just getting fed up, and they're actually waking up, and they're realizing the number one key, that they are the woman. They take care of you. They take care of the house. They take care of the children, and yet they have to deal with your bullshit. So Women are waking up. Adriana, I love you. Thank you so much. Yete, yes, you're right. Women are fed up. They are. Yete, I love you. My godson Yete, amazing guy from Boston. And to all of you people out there that follow me, that know me, that understand that, we go through the rough life. Look, I don't hide the fact that I'm bipolar. I do the best that I can, and I take my medications, and I do everything that I can to heal. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you very much. And by the way, your clothes are amazing. So no, actually, what happened lately was when the shift of the moons and these other planets shifted together. There was an awakening, and the awakening makes people crazy. They make them mad. They make them angry. They make them frustrated too. But you got to ask yourself, what have you done? Emotional pain. Well, it all depends on what type of emotional pain. Thank you, Jeanette. Peace and light and love and light to you. Um, Tadia, pain is pain. And unfortunately, sometimes we walk in and we sabotage ourselves and we continue to follow in those same patterns. We have to let go of these things. You're welcome, Kathy. You're welcome. And thank you for joining me on my show. And I appreciate you a lot. And I send you light and love. Hola, Carmen. Thank you so very much. Light and love I send to you. Peace and harmony, Mama. Peace and harmony. You're a good one. So, just understand that you have the power to remove anything because no one's, and I've said it many times, no one is responsible for your happiness and no one is responsible for your sadness. Only you. You have the ability to let go and you have the ability to come. Sometimes we have to know the difference. You're a friend of mine. Thank you for the same. To always blessings. Thank you, Jeanette. The person who said something about their wait, a friend of mine told me his wife said he is going to die of cancer. Well, you know what? Prophetically speaking, Eddie, you know how I am. So if somebody is doing something, they can poison you. You know how the craft works. But for someone to prophesy and say, you're going to do this and you're going to do that, only God knows when a person is going to die and when a person is going to get some type of disease. Usually the spirit will warn you and warn the person that something is not right, and it will push him to go to the doctor. But if he went to the doctor and everything is okay, cancer is from anger. Yeah. Well, cancer is from anger. But if you notice, for people who don't know this, most women who get cancer because they're stressed and because they're angry and because of things that go on. And men leave good women when they're sick. At the moment that they need them the most, men walk away. It's a defense mechanism that they have, and they believe, they're following a diagram that was passed down from their father and their father. So when there's crisis, they expect the wife to handle all the crisis. At the end of the day, you can't do that. There has to be an equal exchange. And if there's not, then you guys have to learn that being equal is important. I believe in all of you. I believe in you. I believe in love. I believe in everything you have to give. Light and love I send to all of you. Actually, I'm waiting for a commercial. So I say that I will bid you goodbye now because commercial is going to be coming on and then I'm off. So I bid you farewell for the evening. I send you guys this is going to be on Spotify. I'm sending you light and love. Everyone who's on this channel, everyone who's running the company, Dr. D and the network, John, yeah, all of you. I send you light and love, peace and harmony. Eddie, light and love always. You are a great guy. So remember that. And all the people that
I apologize.
are we done? Hello, everyone. Are we still here?
Yes, make your exit.
Okay, guys. Well, it's been real. I hope that you guys learned a little something, because I believe that we live our lives trying to be a martyr, and God is not looking for martyrs. Just remember that God is not looking for martyrs, and God is not looking for anyone to defend him. God can defend himself. Defend yourself, protect yourself, forgive yourself. I send you this with light and love and much blessings, many blessings. Okay.